Hello, good evening, or whenever you come across this, and welcome to the Daily Oracle Poll. All right, so today we're going to be getting cards from the Gratitude Oracle, and that is by Angela Hartfield. We're going to get some cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle, and that's by Colette Baron Reed. We're going to get a card from the Daily Crystal Inspirations, and that's by Heather Askinoski. And lastly, we're going to get a card from the Super Attractor deck, and that's by Gabrielle Bernstein. So let's get a prayer over these cards, and then we'll do it to it. Great Spirit, thank you so much for guiding me every step, every breath of my life. Please help me to see the messages and read the symbolism clearly and speak as a vessel for our best and highest good directly from you. Call anyone to this message who needs to hear it that could help them as a tool on your path. Protect anyone who comes across this message, covering them in pentacles of light. What is it that we need to know on this day for our best and highest good? Energy of the collective, please and thank you. All right, excellent. So we're going to start with the Gratitude Oracle and get the main energy of the day out together. So we'll get some shuffling in, and then we'll see what we get. We can read the symbolism together. All right, what do we need to know today for our best and highest good? Please and thank you. What do we need to know today? One more, uno más. All right, let's see what we get. What do we need to know today, Spirit, for our best and highest good? Boom. Oh, nice. Oh, wow, there was a bunch of other cards that flipped over in the middle here. We're not going to take all of those, but I do want to see what the one on the bottom is. Wow, okay. This is great. Okay, so first card out. 40 for 4. Confide. Wow, man, aren't Oracle cards beautiful? I really like these Gratitude Oracle cards. They're just so much going on, so much to read into these beautiful cards, so much to gain from them. So first out with this 4 energy, building blocks, law and order. It's a confide energy. And whoa, dude. So we've got like these ancient, I don't know, are they like priests or something down there at the bottom that are holding those like bowls that have like ether rising up that are creating those pictures in all those different colors? It's like vapors or something along those lines, but it's giving like ancient Egypt. It's almost like Arabian Nights feeling too. So more like is it Prussia? No, it's I can't remember the place I'm thinking of right now where tarot cards actually originated from, as far as back as I can tell. What is that place called? Anyhow, it's looking like this real ancient vibration here. And the main energy of this card is this ability for you to confide that you have a support system around you, both in the physical and in the astral realms. Yes, absolutely in the astral realms. Persian. I said Prussia. Persian vibes here, and Indian vibes too. So absolutely, you have so much love surrounding you, so much friendship, so much guidance. And I want you to know that when you feel like there isn't anyone that you can talk to in the world, you can always talk to Spirit. And in fact, there's always someone that you can talk to in the world. I saw this video recently, and it was about men who they talked to when they were having problems. And like, they all responded with no one. And they were really serious about it. And it really broke my heart. I know that that has been a growing issue in society. And I know it's not just for men, it's for women too, but especially with men, it's like they have to be seen as this like stronger figure in a lot of, or they feel that they have to, and that's the role that society has cast them in, and that they don't have any support. And that's really never the case. You know what stunned me the most about that video that I saw, though, because it was a compilation of just like a bunch of guys, that none of them said God, none of them said spirit. And it really floored me. It floored me so much I commented. But I really want you to know, I want you to be able to feel in your heart that there's always someone that you can go to and you can talk to. And if it really comes down to the point in fact that you just really, it just isn't within your capability to reach out and actually talk to a human, that you can talk to spirit, you can talk to God. And the more that you spend time doing that, the more comfortable it becomes. And when God talks back, it comes in different forms and fashions, right? And different ideas and inspirations. Different things will pop up in your life that will give you opportunities to quell whatever pressure, sadness, heartache, hardship that you're going through, whatever it is. And we all go through ups and downs, and it's okay to go through these hardships and have these feelings that we don't want to feel, that we sometimes loathe and hate to feel. But you are so surrounded in like with through every chakra of your being, and like every resonance of who you are in this world. All of the colors are covered in this card, and it's just this really ancient feeling of so many who have come before, and how much your ancestors and your spirit guides are rooting for you every step of the way, in like so many different ways, in a really spiritual sense here. It makes me wonder, it makes me curious if you didn't have like religious figures in your ancestry, or maybe even in your family, that are still here with us in the present, right? So let's look at some of this other symbolism. This girl that's whispering into that beautiful woman's ear, she's cloaked in red. And the woman that she's whispering into, she's cloaked in purple and red. So a sense of grounding will be really important for you to find that calm inside, to find that peace inside, and to find that joy inside. So grounding, there are many ways that you can ground yourself. Sometimes even just singing or humming, really feeling the vibrations in your own body. But I mean, one of the best ways that you could ground is to step outside with your bare feet and look at the sky in the daytime and at the nighttime. You know, I was, I think it was in Seven's chat earlier this week, and I don't remember who said this, but it was so cool that they said it. They were talking about how the tilt of the moon is, it's different right now, and it is so fascinating. I encourage you to go and check it out. It's lighting more from the bottom. I've only seen the moon do this one other time, and it was last April, like late April. But it's really like, we're already to the point where we're growing much more in light, but even the past couple of days and stuff, it really is like the horns of the goddess. It's like, it's actually more, it's more kind of like, well, actually it's more like this. It's kind of, it's just a weird tilt right now. Anyways, there's a lot that you can go outside and take in and be in awe of, this wonderment that is around us at all times, this grand design, down to a blade of grass or a fly that's bothering you. Even that your brain is working is such a like amazing capability, like what divinity we possess in these, you know, meat suits that we walk around in. So the grounding, that will help you find a sense of serenity. And through that grounding, you might find the confidence to actually reach out to another. And because I'm feeling that, like, it comes, I'm especially feeling this way because of the next card. All right. For the 29, for the 11, that it comes down to whether or not you're going to be accepted, right? A sense of acceptance. Now with that 11 energy, think a lot of times that 11 energy boils down to having gone through a lot of hardships and really delving deep to understand the intricacies of our thoughts and the reasons why things have transpired the way they have. And going so deep like that, we learn new ways to communicate, many different ways, and we learn how to communicate with many different kinds of people that we come across. And in doing that, it heightens our ability to read the emotions of people around us and really hypersensitive to that. So this ability for you to confide, it falls back on this sense of whether or not you're going to be accepted and a fear of that. And a lot of times too, that'll stem from childhood experiences with like emotionally absent parents, or we all go through different hardships, and we're not always going to be accepted. It takes a whole lot of different kind of people. Thank goodness we're not all the same, right? But again, this next card, all of the chakras in alignment. It's like everything all the steps that you've, gone through, they're leading you to this moment where you are right now. And we're always directly where we're meant to be, no matter how much comfort or discomfort we may be when we arrive in that moment. And Spirit is again here to tell you that, like, with open arms, that you are accepted, and be assured of it. Not only are you accepted, but your emotions are accepted. She's a mermaid, but she's also covered in this green color. It's like a shawl of seaweed and earth. So she's one of the earth, she's one of the water, and she is being accepted by that air as well. It's a big conjunction here. And then you can see the fire rising off of the top of her hair and that bird's hair. So we have all of the elements that are represented in this 11 card right here. And Spirit's really calling you to find this acceptance inside yourself in whatever fashion that takes for you. I go back to that grounding, but it also, being able to talk about the experiences that you've had in life, that will help you to sort out what you've been through and where you're at, where you're headed. And then this co-creation with Spirit in a more intentional way starts to develop. And everything in its own perfect timing. There's so many different sensitive issues, but life isn't just pain. It's also beauty and laughter and joy. And if we didn't experience the painful lessons and the things that hurt, and when we hurt others, if we don't experience those things, you really have no way to judge or understand what ecstasy or love or joy really are. And that's why the balance of light and dark must remain at all times. A lot of us are called to light work. It's just in our DNA pattern, and not everybody is, and that's okay. We really all are on our unique paths, but you will resonate with so many others, no matter where your path is leading you. And I think when we take on the great work, and when we take on learning our own thoughts and becoming the master of our own thoughts, that's when that calling to the light starts to really take hold inside of us. But it's like it was already there from the beginning, So it's because it's both nature and nurture. You decide, you're driving this ship, and at the same time, Spirit is always there to lean on and ask advice. And there's this weaving that's going on in the astral realms on all planes of existence. And it's that term pronoia, 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 believing that it's working out better than you ever could have imagined, because it truly is. And when we start embodying those kinds of thoughts and realizations, the universe starts creating those things for us. It's a beautiful thing. So I encourage you to give yourself a big old hug, or if you've got a pet nearby, to give your pet a hug or some affection, and let your pet give you some affection. Or if you've got a significant other, a sibling, a parent, a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, it would be a really good idea for you to get some embracing time in. A 30-second hug releases oxytocin in our body, and that's that feel-good chemical. All of our feelings, every feeling that we behold, that comes through us, it activates chemicals in our body that fire and do all sorts of different things. And when we spend at least 30 seconds in a hug, in an embrace, in an actual, like closeness with someone, it releases that feel good oxytocin, and it promotes a closeness inside yourself and a closeness with whoever you're hugging. So you know what, even if you were to imagine hugging spirit and spirit hugging you, embracing you in the warmest hug, that your brain will fire in the same way, and those chemicals of oxytocin will still then course through your body. So know that you are exactly where you're meant to be. We have all of the colors of the chakra. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, God, angels, your guardian angels, they're guiding you every single moment of your life. They love you so much. They love us so much, and a lot of that love too, we must go through hardship. We must go through hardship if we really want growth. And a lot of times we are asking for growth, and we don't even really know what we're asking for. So, the dark nights of the soul, they come and they go, but you will remain, and you will learn, even when it's like the most ugly feelings that you could ever feel, and even being able to identify them is sometimes so difficult. You are exactly where you're meant to be. You are unconditionally loved by spirit. I'm feeling emotional. Because wisdom, man. So wise. Understanding this balance, living it, stepping through it, like every step, the trudge of life, right? More mountains in the background. There's mountains in the background here. Mountains in the background here. And I'm getting more of that hugging energy just from this hermit-like figure right here. But we've got like the lion and the lamb. We have like Noah's Ark basically in this, stoic wizard's cloak. Is it a cloak? A wizard's gown? I should know what it's called. I can't remember. Anyways, so it's like a cloak. All right. Wow. And there's even a staircase in the cloak. So this cloak that this wizard is wearing, it's blue and it's purple. And it's talking about you going through all of these different lessons of each chakra. Because look at these vibrant colors in this card right here. Starting with, the rooting over here, coming over into the blues and greens up in this card right here, up through that heart space, into the blues of that sky, into the blues of her hair, into the blues of that water right there. And then coming to this card with these deeper blues, and then in the background, these lavenders. And even the sky is mirroring these colors in this wizard's cloak right here. It's talking about, preparing you to speak from your own experience to, to help elevate the energy of the collective. Nothing is lost. It's everything is stored in the Akashic records energetically, even when history is completely rewritten so that we have no idea where we've come from. This is all able to be accessed, and that's up to you if you want to take that route. It's not everyone's calling to go down that path, but what it is saying that you're being called to do, though, is to bear witness to your path and come to an understanding and a learning and a growth of how far you've come, what more you'd like to learn, and what direction you might like to take next, and the true ability to speak it out in your mind and in the world, and then in the back of these with these lavenders right here, that you're backed by the wisdom to do that. That's from the 7th chakra. That's from your crown chakra, your direct connection to your oversoul, your direct connection to your guardian angels, your spirit guides, to God, to Gaia, to Vishnu, whoever your deities are. And man, all of the animals here too, so much symbolism. We've got webs that are being spun by spiders here, storytellers. We've got fierce lions here that are ready to protect. Man, we've got like little chipmunks in here that are like bouncing around and they're curiously checking things out. We've got cherubs, like maybe that's even Cupid over there. That's like in the wisdom and the love. We've got shells of the ocean. We've got like murals of women that are dancing. But wouldn't you know though too, in this like gossamer part of his cape over here, it's like a bunch of butterflies and moths. So much transformation in your life, and it's not over. And that you are coming upon this wisdom that will help you take the next steps for this growth. You know, the becoming of the chrysalis, the death and the rebirth. You know, I just realized that this wisdom card is a 6, which means that you are led by heart. And as I say that, look at the background. It's green, that green heart color. So also this sliver of this moon right here, it's like the sky could still be daylight, which I love it when you can see the moon in the daylight. It's so cool. But we've got this sliver of the moon that's letting you know that you're constantly in connection with your intuition and that spirit. And this staircase that I didn't really address, it's just, there's so much more to come. There's so much more knowledge to come. What's that church where I can't give any specifics about it, but maybe if you've heard about it, you'll know what I'm talking about. There was this one specific church, and before it was completed being built, the staircase to the upper level of the church was not completed. So these nuns, they started praying about it. They didn't know how this staircase was going to be completed or how the church was going to be completed. So they just kept praying on it and praying on it. And before long, someone turns up out of the middle of nowhere and they build the staircase. And this staircase is built with a material that no one can identify. And it's built so geometrically perfect that they don't even know how it happened. They don't know how this thing is still standing because it's been up for, I think, hundreds of years now. And that is the power of prayer and the power of spirit. Ask and you shall receive. This is a wisdom that's growing inside of you, up this divine staircase, your personal kundalini, your own, winding snakes inside of you. It's a caduceus of energy that's like rising through you. And you have this, you have the wisdom to go with this, to whatever comes across your path. You know, they say that God will never give you anything that you can't handle. And that's true, even though when I've sometimes felt like I can't handle this. And here I am, man. So, we're learning to believe in ourselves as much as spirit believes in ourselves. And you've got this. And you are so surrounded physically and spiritually, energetically. I want to say one last thing about this acceptance card. This is making me think of Phoenix energy, even though it is a rainbow and the Phoenix is generally just like those masculine reds and oranges and yellows. This is like, I don't know, this is like Phoenix 2.0 or something, that this Phoenix is coming to you to help you through this rebirth, to help you feel your own acceptance, to help show you the things that maybe don't serve you anymore. And that maybe you want to be a different person, a new person, make new habits. Doesn't mean that the vein of you will not remain, because it's always been there. But it's almost like too, when we go to learn something, really we're remembering. When I sit down to play the piano and I imagine that I am the best piano player in the world, that I already know how to do all of this, I do so much better. I amaze my own self. So I encourage you to do that, and that doesn't mean you have to have a big head. We're still observing and quantifying and, putting things in boxes and judging things all over the place, right? But you have got this and spirit has got you. All right. I'm not going to read about any of these cards because that message just really came through strong today. I still feel a shaky voice about it. Okay, so what animal guide could we use to help us on this path today? Thank you so much, spirits. Thank you so much. For our best and highest good. What do we need to know? What animal spirit could help us, help guide us on our path? Please and thank you. Ooh. Hey, look at this. There was a bunch that turned up, so I'm taking the first one. Dude! Sweet results await. 7. Trust in the unseen. Look at the honeycombs, too. Dude, honeycombs. It amazes me every single time I think of honeycombs and I see honeycombs at the fact that they are the strongest structure. 6 sides, right? Like the flower of life. All of these, like this. Well, this is like Metatron's cube, but 6 sides too. All in here. All of those things. It's almost like a fractal. You go in and in and in. 6 sides. It's so juicy. All right, so we are building, and in each one of those hexagonal shapes that are building blocks of our life, more sweetness is being created, this nectar of life. We're learning to accept ourselves. We're learning to confide in others and in spirit and possibly the world, certainly on an energetic level. But through this, death, rebirth, and this gaining of wisdom, like this is basically like saying that pronoia is real, dude. Sweet results await. And to come from that heart space and that sense of knowing inside yourself, it makes the journey so much more enjoyable. Now, check this out too. There's like cog work on the back of this bee's back right here. I don't know if you can see that in there. Juicy, right? Plus, it's like the bee is just like as big as the moon, just chilling right there on top of the moon. And it's like you are so psychically sensitive in at least one way, but I'm willing to bet that more than one way is that your dreams are becoming way more lucid, and things are awakening not only in your sleeping life, but in your waking life as well. And that everything is working in perfect timing for you. And that these sweet results that await, they just take time and like we take the steps one day at a time, and these steps, they add up. And these routines that we make, they create habits in our life, and then our habits create our destiny. And that's what we're learning. We're learning what kind of habits we want to create, because as we create these habits, the pot just keeps getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. Also, I'll say trust in the unseen, trust in spirit is very important with the 7 number right here. And also the idea of seeing things from a bird's eye view or a bee's eye view. This video is already so long, but I kind of want to explain, I don't know, beeline, the beeline, all right? It is the fastest route to any place at all. And they call it the beeline because that's the route that the bee will take. It will go from wherever it is and the most direct path right back to its home, right back to that sweet results. All right. And there's a lot of really cool ways how you can actually find, hives. You can find hives that way. It's so juicy learning about that research. But this beeline, it is this connection to spirit. It is teaching you the most direct path. And that doesn't mean that that's what we think is direct, but it just is the direct path. The most direct path could mean, like, whatever, like breakups and things not going, people not coming with you that you thought were going to come with you, and like learning about, different childhood traumas that we've gone through, and like having like, repressed memories coming to the surface and having to deal with it when we're older, because now our light body's able to handle it. So the beeline doesn't mean that it's like necessarily the easiest path, but it is the necessary path, and that spirit is guiding you, and that the results are sweet. All right. So look to bee, look to spirit, look to moon, and look to that self-confidence too. You've got this. Okay, let's get a daily crystal inspiration card. See what crystal wants to work with us as we're learning our own self-acceptance and learning how to speak inside ourselves and to the world and to our loved ones. Please and thank you for our best and highest good. All right, which stone could we work with that would like to work with us to help us find our stride in this moment, this perfect moment that we're in right now? Ooh! Hey! Selenite! Clear the clutter. Not the cutter, the clutter. That could have been a Freudian slip, man. You know what I'm saying? If you've been like harming yourself, it's time to clear that out, all right? But clear the clutter. On a different sense, it's about, in a very physical way, lightening up, like unloading the stuff around us that is just taking up space that we don't use anymore. One man's trash is another man's treasure, but a lot of times too, we accumulate things because it's a way for us to feel like we're like safe in a spot. But in actuality, it's, it really points more to like a bunch of cluttered mind and a hampering of our ability to actually step forward. And selenite is one of the only stones, so far that I've learned about anyways, one of the only stones that you don't even need to activate in the moon or the sun. It just stays, it cleanses itself. It's beautiful. I have a bunch of selenite. Here's one of the selenites. Also, I want to let you know that selenite, don't put it out. Don't put it in rain. Don't leave it out overnight for dew, and don't put it under any running water. I mean, you can if you want to, but it'll etch away at it. It eats at it really fast. It's really delicate. But they even have selenite bowls so that you can put your other stones inside the selenite bowl so that it will clear those stones out if it's not a full moon, right? All right, so clear the clutter. That's really difficult for me to say. Let's see what it says in here. Daily Crystal Inspiration Guidebook. Selenite S. Selenite. It's time for a refresh. When you feel your battery is running low or your light is starting to dim, all it takes is a quiet moment to hit the refresh button and turn your inner light up to its brightest potential. Use this reset as an opportunity to cleanse yourself from anything that's dimming your energy. This might mean spending a few minutes outside to feel the sun on your face, or sitting in silence and meditating for a few cycles of breath. Do what's needed to re-energize your spirit, feed your soul, and recharge your inner light. Your core questions. Is your spirit feeling its brightest? What energies do you need to clear away? Your crystal action is affirm, saying, I fill myself back up with light. Today, visualize a column of white light radiating from your heart to the rest of your body. Ooh, that feels good, doesn't it? I feel like I gotta do a little shake, shake, shake. Wow. I'm gonna pull out the Book of Stones and see what we have to say. If shungite isn't in here, I'm going to be dearly disappointed. It's got to be in here. So this is the Book of Stones, Who They Are and What They Teach Us, by Robert Simmons and Naisha Ossian. Selenite. Did I say shungite earlier? I really like shungite, but I'm talking about selenite now. Yes! 429. For 6, cool. Selenite. Keywords: spiritual activation, communion with the higher self, spirit guides, and angels. The element is wind, and the chakras are the third eye, the crown chakra, and the transpersonal and etheric chakras, the 8th through the 14th above the head. Selenite is a hydrous calcium sulfate mineral with a hardness of 2. It is a form of gypsum and is called selenite if it is relatively clear and well formed. Selenite is closely related to fibrous gypsum, also known as Satan spar. Or no, wait. Is Satan and satin spelled the same way? No, it's not. This is satin. Also known as satin spar. And the massive fine-grained form known as alabaster. Its crystals are typically tabular, with striations running along its length. Selenite is formed as an evaporate in clay beds and around hot springs. Anhydro crystals containing inclusions of water and gas bubbles are found relatively frequently. Let's see here. Let's get to some more of, let's see. The best known and most popular selenite crystals for metaphysical use are the long, clear crystals from Mexico. But they're also found in Australia, Greece, and the USA. Yeah, you know, there's a big selenite mine up in Ohio. Is it Kelly's Island? Is it on Kelly's Island or near? Yeah, I think it is. All right, so selenite quickly opens and activates the third eye, crown chakra, and the soul star chakra above the head. The intensity of energy delivered by selenite is greater than almost any other stone for the upper chakras. A selenite wand pointed at the third eye sends energy that can feel like a gust of wind going through the forehead and out the top of the head. Selenite is fast and effective at cleansing the auric field, and it can clear congested energies or negativity from one's physical and etheric body. Crystal healers are recommended to work with selenite wands, which are ideal for purification and all types of energetic cleansing. When one attaches other stones to selenite wands, their energies are magnified many times. When one combines several stones and attaches them to a selenite wand, the energies of the group are blended and amplified, emanating from the wand as a harmonious whole. Selenite can lift one's awareness to higher planes of inner experience, making it possible for one to consciously meet one's spirit guides and guardian angels. It facilitates the experience of receiving advice and information from one's guides in the form of interior movies. Ooh! In such experiences, one closes one's eyes in the meditation while lying with a selenite wand resting on the heart chakra and pointing toward the head. If possible, another selenite wand should be placed on the floor or a pillow, with the point just touching the crown chakra. As one moves into the meditative state, one is likely to see one or more guides, often in the forms that symbolize something about the message. Juicy! The guide or guides will take one through a story that reveals the message symbolically. Ooh, symbolism! Words are seldom used, which makes the guide's job much easier. One might say that when selenite opens the inner eye, the spiritual world enters. I think that's why hieroglyphs, things were spoken in like whole ideas through images, and there's just, anyways, just a random thought. So let's see here. Selenite is the key that unlocks the doorway to the etheric chakras. Once this doorway has been consciously opened, the higher self is free to establish itself by grounding the light body of an individual, empowering one's next step of evolution into human light beings. Boom! Dude, this is the best stone we could have got for today. Selenite's frequency is resonant with the crown chakra, opening, clearing, and activating this energy center and transforming it into a gateway to the higher levels of self. Boom. So spiritually, selenite's energy clears etheric blockages and debris, allowing for a freer flow of energy through the higher chakras, particularly the etheric chakras that facilitate connection and communion with the higher self. Emotionally, selenite's calcium and sulfur base stimulates the body. Selenite's calcium and sulfur base stimulates the emotional body and compels one to move forward with one's life. It aids in overcoming stagnation and prevents one from succumbing to the illusions of security and comfort. Physically, selenite clears or bridges blockages and densities in the energy field. Selenite wands can be used to direct high-frequency energy into the body, stimulating physical healing. The affirmation is, I move into union with my higher self, and my interior senses are awakened. Dudes! That is phenomenal. You know what? I just feel like we should probably get one of these tuning forks out and listen to that sound. Okay. Oh, shoot. Where is the... That's okay. I wonder if I can even just knock it down here. Let your energy open up. It's binaural. Oh my goodness. Whew, I don't know. I felt like I needed to do that after talking about all that stuff with selenite. Okay. Last card out for the day, everyone. Thanks for spending so much time with me today. I really hope this can help you on your path. Let's get one last message from the Super Attractor deck. All right. Last message, Spirit. Thank you so much. For our best and highest good as ever. Thank you very much. What do we need to know for the last message of this beautiful day? Whenever you come across this timeless energy. Oh, that was out. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. We are rooting in that truth right there. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Pronoia, baby! Man, it's like a cactus there, or maybe tulips, and then the stars, and then it's a moon, but I'm feeling like a Cheshire cat grin, or a tail, or an eyelash there. It's giving this wisdom vibe. But yes, that grounding, that's where we're starting off. We're grounding, we're rooting, we're feeling, and we're working our way through all the way top to our extended chakras here, to that North Star, that solar star, to all of the chakras that reside above our head, like a string being pulled right through us. I'll say it once more. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Let your heart open and know that you have the capacity to be accepted and to accept. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you very much for for sharing this sacred space. This felt so beautiful. Um, I love you so much. And I really appreciate my friends and my family. I'm so grateful to YouTube and StreamYard. Above all, I am so grateful to the Great Spirit, to my guardian angels, and to the spirits that are guiding me every step of my way, and the spirits and guardian angels that are guiding you every step of your way. So until tomorrow, or whenever I see you again, take care of yourself. Mwah. I love you. Thank you.